Whew. Check sound. Sound is sounding good. I've managed to forget the boom pole. Let's see. Is that better? Yeah. Managed to forget the boom pole. Hopefully I've forgotten it and hasn't fallen out of my bag. But yeah. Welcome to day 3 of week 12 of Urban Agoge. 3 months. Whew. So I should be wrapped up by the end of next month. What are we going to find to do in September, Morty? Well, I think there'll definitely be more running. I'd like to keep that up. I'm cool about that. I want to get into some weights. Where do you go from there? It's maintaining that discipline where you're doing circuit training, you know, and running at least once or twice a week, and then maybe some weights once or twice a week. And then still watching your diet, I guess. Yeah, so I weighed myself this morning, which I don't normally do, but I was walking past the scales and I'm down to 93.2, so I've lost 7 whole kilograms. So I've taken off the weight that I put on the week before last, and I've taken off a little bit more as well as that. So 7 kilos, which is, if you're American, 5 kilos is 11 pounds. So it's 15.8, call it 16 pounds. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. It sure beats the crap out of doing something like Weight Watchers. Because I think things like that, where you go on a diet, is largely pointless, especially if that diet contains special food. You know, special food, you know, food that you wouldn't characteristically eat. I would rather change my eating habits significantly. And all I've really done as far as my eating habits go is stopped eating ice cream and pizza nearly every night. And amazingly, not eating a £2 pizza and a £2 or £3 pot of ice cream every night, if you can imagine that. So 5 times 3, that'd be 150 quid just for my evening meal if I did it every single night in a month, when I was largely doing it quite a lot of the time. So let's say I did it half the time, which is fair. £75 or around $100 a month that I no longer spend. I'm spending more like between $40 and $60 a week, 60 quid or around $80 max per month on food now. So that's cool. So I was spending easily around £200 on food and being, you know, without spare cash all the time. And now I'm not, and I have spare cash and I weigh less. You do the math. And I feel a lot more positive and better about myself. And I don't think that's societal. You know, I like being toned. I don't think I've really changed body shape all that much, as you can see when you watch the exercise videos. But you know, I feel better. And as Harlequin would say, as he burgons through the bush in Australia, you know, be more deadly. Be more deadly. That's a phrase I can get behind. In fact, that should be, if it's not just a standard Urban Agoge, you know, hero training thing, you know, on the badges or on logos and things, if we finally get it all together, that should be at Urban Agoge. Be more deadly. So yeah, I'm hoping Zoo Echoes is having a good start to the week. and everybody out there. You know, I know some of you are, you know, really fit and ready to go, and you do this anyway, but there's more of us that don't. And I think we can be a lot more trouble if we're in better shape. Because it's the thing, you don't often get protesters, you know, or people that are trying to stop the thing that are actually in good shape. You know, it's almost like society says, you know, you can be smart or you can be in good shape type thing. And, you know, if you've met people, you know, they don't fall into any two categories. Not everybody will fall into even any two categories, however broad you make them. People don't even fall into the categories of women or men, or able-bodied, or differently abled. Don't know what the current preferred nomenclature. The thing is, when you've been alive long enough, the nomenclature that people prefer, especially in a marginalised group, does change around. Now that doesn't mean when you get to my age you don't have to listen to all the different words that you have to use, because, you know, you're talking about an entire generation feeling more comfortable. You know, if you've lived as long as me, nearly half a century now, and the nomenclature's changed for the better, and those people don't feel oppressed by the name, then you should celebrate the progress. There's a bit of philosophy for you. Chill the fuck out. Mind your own pigeons. So yeah. So people don't fall into two categories. So, you know, if you want to be intersectional in the way society is composed, then yeah, be intellectually dangerous and in good shape and multi-skilled. You know, this idea of, oh, he's a craftsman, is bullshit. You know, some people are talented doing what they do, you know, but that doesn't mean that's all they are. We're Homo sapiens. You know, a human being should be able to do all sorts of stuff. Specialisation is for insects. Every epoch-changing person in history was a human, from our perspective. There will of course be extraterrestrial races where they had epoch-changing people at all, but we haven't met them yet. But all the people that have made radical changes, you know, came into the world, 10 fingers, 10 toes, some of them anyway, you know, their DNA said human. And that's it, you could be too. And it doesn't matter when in life you do it. You know, you could already be that person, in which case, congratulations. I wasn't. And whilst I don't think it's even the most important 10% about me, you know, that I'm in better shape. It's like one of the least important things about me. How healthy my body is the least important thing about me, okay? So, given that I know a lot of my friends are more interested in what you know, or what you can do, or, you know, what sort of person you are, yeah, that's 90%. But if you could sharpen the 10%, you know, if you could be 10% more efficient if you put some work in, if you could be, you know, 10% healthier, or 10%, you know, happier, when you do it, when you like your baseline contentment, because that's a much better word, to be 10% higher, like for life. I mean, there used to be people that you would get, there's a thing called trepanning, which our younger viewers may not know what it is, but it's an extremely popular medical practice, and it has been popular for thousands of years, where in the case of a depressed skull fracture, a surgeon would drill out a small circle of bone from your skull to relieve pressure on the brain and to stop bone shards piercing the dura mater, which is like a weird sheath, like a birth caul that sort of sits around our brain and helps act as a shock absorber and a barrier to infection. So rather than have that pierced, which can be generally fatal or cause massive brain damage, what they would do is carefully drill down through the skull, remove the broken fragments of bone, and then hammer a silver coin over the top of it, because silver's, you know, antibacterial. It just happens to be that. I don't know how they found that out. It's a bit like garlic, you know, over time the people with garlic, who eat lots of garlic or have silver against their skin, get less infections, all that sort of shit. It's weird. So yeah, so they'd fill that in. But what those people would notice, and where I was going with that, and the other thing was, it was about 98% survivable. So you imagine in the Dark Ages they were able to drill out a circle of bone in your head, and basically, you know, put a silver coin, hammer it into place with tiny little nails or screws, and then close up your scalp with this big X incision, stitch it all back up, and once your hair grow back, nobody would know that it had happened to you. But the interesting side effect is that those people were significantly more chilled out all the time than they had been, because of the increase in blood flow to the brain. And guess what happens when you exercise? Yep. So yeah, but those people reported it like an uplift. And if you could have it without all the blood and gore and, you know, danger, wouldn't you? Just to be like a bit more chilled out. I don't even rant at my co-workers in an angry way anymore. You know, now it's more, dude, if you make me work late, then you make me work late, you know, more money in my pocket. But, you know, if we get past my event horizon, I ain't rushing. And I know people at work listen to this, and they know that I feel like that. There is a maximum time at which I can break down and start cleaning up my stuff, and I know where that event horizon is, for me to be able to get home conveniently. Even as much as 5 or 10 minutes later than that, and I can't. I'm stuck there. I'm stuck in Manchester for the best part of an hour. So yeah, one of those things. You got to. So yeah, you know, I'm not turning into a fitness Nazi. I'm happy to be happier. I'm happy to be faster and, you know, more deadly. Abanagogi, more deadly. Or be more deadly. Yeah. And you got to feed your intellect. And that's one of the good things about this project. Finding out new stuff. So yeah. So yes. I forgot the room poll. I had only so much motivational energy. I was down to my last. I was flashing red on 0 bars, and I knew if I didn't get out soon, I might not, because today might be the day the 3D printer arrives, which would be cool. And I want to print me all the useless tchotchkes that everybody else that's got a 3D printer has. But I want to see if you can fab it. I want to see if you can, you know, once you can make stuff, do you? I've got some digital cameras. Did I make television? Yes, I did. I made more television than most people can bear to watch. But yeah. So I did that. I have tools. I make stuff. What if I could, you know, save myself a significant chunk of change by making stuff? You ever think about that? So, yeah. Oh, this is bad. So, yeah. Let's get it done. Yeah. So that was a good run. Yes. I'm sort of toying with doing the circuit training today as well. which effectively will give me the rest of the week off, which would give me one daytime chunk from say 9 o'clock till 5, well 9 o'clock till 4, and then a work shift, and then my full day off I could have off, and then Saturday and Sunday morning I could have off. That sounds like a good thing. That means I could probably tinker with new stuff. New stuff is good. I've got a PC to rehouse and upgrade, and let's go this way. I've got a 3D printer to play with. Now I've ordered another spool of 3D printer filament. Could all show up tomorrow or Friday. I thought that would be an interesting investment. So I'll have 2 kilos. Still can't find anywhere where I can find out how to print in 2 colours. So yeah, it's got to be thing 1. Learning how to print multiple colours into a print. Because then if I can do that and I can get multiple coloured rubber, guess where I'm going with it. Hopefully it'll all stick together, but it should do. It's the same material from the same manufacturer, it requires the same temperature. Yeah. And I like the idea of making everything in-house. As far as merchandise goes, or at least some of it in-house. I think that would be cool. And that's not even a practical application. There's a whole bunch of camera stuff could really do with an extension for this little lever that supports the voice recorder, so I can have nice audio, which seems to be going through. I'm liking this. No audio editing, that was the point. Just think of all the time I've saved, where I'm not just using the onboard microphone of the camera or the lapel microphone that came with it, although that was good. It's a good piece of kit. Don't discount that, because it's a good microphone, but it's not quite as good as the Purple Panda. But as far as audio quality goes, so yeah, it's like about 50 quid to upgrade the audio. But by upgrading the audio and being able to record it all in one take, I am saving half an hour a day. And I've had it for what, a month? So 15 hours a month. So it saved me 15 hours. It's more than worth it, because literally 15 hours worth of time at just $5 an hour. It's like $90. Yeah. $75. But there, if you're just thinking about your own personal time you're saving, and that's only going to go on. So it's a useful little bit of kit. So yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I need to improve and upgrade the way I live now. I seem to be having money left over at the end of the month, which is good. First time that's happened. It's just like a better, more useful lifestyle. So I can do more stuff, and I'm doing more stuff. I seriously used to just wake up at about 11 or 12 o'clock, sit in bed and watch YouTube for an hour or so, drag myself downstairs, eat something super unhealthy for breakfast, and then just kill time until it was time to go to work. Then go to work, come home, eat badly, stay up watching YouTube, go to sleep. Not much of a life. So yeah, I'd really like to see other vloggers. I'd really like to, you know, other people that are doing this. It'd be a very cool community of people getting their shit together and getting stuff done and sharing what they know. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It's pretty simple. The circuit training's murderous though. I need to work out something better. I'd rather lift. You know, do free weights for one session instead of one session of circuit training. And I think the Friday circuit training is probably better because I think you get more of a workout of more of the muscles with the lunges and the step ups and the twist sit ups and all that gubbins. I think that's a very, very useful workout. Oh, hold on. Yeah. So I shall be back home soon, so I'll have got all my today's exercise out of the way by 9:30 a.m. I think 8 o'clock is the earliest I can reasonably get up, especially if I've been up chatting to people online until 1:30. So I'm not begrudging that. I have the time to do it. It's when you don't have the time to do it. I mean, what you got to remember is after I get home, it's 11 o'clock. So if I have something to eat when I get home, and I really do need something to eat by the time I get home, I'm in a place where I've got to wind down. So, you know, still if I get up at 8 o'clock, I'm downstairs, that's 6.5 hours sleep. It's all okay. But yeah, so different people have got different schedules. So if you have a different schedule, you'll work out what works for you. But I'm thinking about 8 o'clock is good for me. And then it's, you know, get dressed, pack bag, get out, do exercise or go for a walk in the woods. If I can maintain that, that'll be cool. So, I'm rambling now. So, thanks for watching and do take care. See you soon.